You guys, we have season 2 of our podcast. We already did 10 episodes. I cannot believe that.
And we're coming into season 2 with some new equipment.
Yes, these beautiful microphones here by Rode. Apparently it's a fancy brand, Megan.
Yeah.
I hope the video improves. I'm sure it will. They look great. What do you think?
Yes. And a huge shout out to my mom and my aunt for purchasing these for us. They wanted to sponsor us.
Yes, shout out to them because we didn't pay for this. So thank you very much, Megan's mom and who? Your aunt?
Yes.
Thank you very much, mom and aunt. We appreciate it so much. We are taking our podcast to a whole new level here.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Oh, and we do have another announcement for, don't we?
What's the other announcement?
We are now on Spotify.
We are now on Spotify. Yes, you guys, I figured out how to do that. So I will be uploading weekly the episodes. We posted the first one this week. So following week, we're going to post the other one and so on and so forth. So on Spotify, they're just a little delayed compared to here on YouTube. But we are on there too.
Yeah.
Plenty of improvements to our podcast. So excited. So what are we going to talk about today for our episode 1, season 2?
Yep, so I think we should talk about how work ethic has changed in the last 10 years. What do you think?
Yes, it definitely has changed. That is an understatement. It definitely has changed. I don't know if it changed for the better or the worst.
There's good and bad with everything. So, and we work with a younger generation.
True.
Well, we teach a younger generation.
Right.
So we see a lot of things.
Too many.
And we hear too much.
Definitely. So I feel, well, I know it's redundant. We always say the same thing, but social media definitely changed
Oh, yeah.
the industry and definitely changed work ethic too.
Well, I feel like our society is a I want it now
Yes.
society. Especially with, I mean, you could get something from Amazon within a couple hours almost.
True.
And so our students, they want to learn something and then be able to do it right away.
Right.
It's not, practice. And then even, new estheticians out in the industry, they are the same way almost.
Right, because we have everything at our fingertips, so we're used to just, I'm gonna do it once, that's it, I can go there and do it. And people don't really build or learn about ethics anymore.
Right.
Everything is so fast nowadays.
Yeah. And it's not just about our industry either. Going out to a restaurant and them being understaffed for whatever purpose. It could have been someone not showing up or, someone calling in sick, things like that. People just don't value work anymore, I feel like.
Correct, which is kind of funny in the industry we are. It's a service industry, so how do you service others if you don't have an ethic that you abide by? But you see all these social media like gurus or whatever, people that go there and say this is the way to do it, this is how you're gonna do this is how you make 6 figures, whatever, and they kind of sell these blank statements that people then end up following. But those things, not because they worked for somebody, it means that they're going to work for everybody. It also doesn't mean that they're going to work for your audience or your target clientele.
Right.
Depends where are you located, what's the market, what services you offer, who's your clientele. Because obviously if you're only servicing 20 years old, it's going to be one way. But if you service millennials, for example, they run a whole completely different way. So you would have to adjust the way you do things depending on your clientele. And sometimes, these blank statements about ethics, they're like, oh, this is the way to do it. And not necessarily.
Right.
It could be, could not be. Maybe you can grab that one thing and adapt it to your own ethics. We're all different.
Have you ever heard that saying, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat?
No.
Which I don't really like that because I have 2 cats and I love cats, but it gives you a good idea.
No, I never.
There's 1,000 ways to do something.
Right. Exactly. But I feel like we kind of lost the basic values of what work ethic is.
I agree. Yes.
Right? Because there's so much information out there, good or bad. There's so it's so easy to find the answer to the question
Oh yeah.
that we kind of lost like what's the word I'm looking for? The core values of what work ethics are. Because there should be some sort of standard that we all abide to, and then we change depending on our own values. We come up with our own policies for our own values, but there should be a baseline that we all start from. But nowadays, because you have so many different people saying whatever their opinion is and kind of try to sell it as these blank statements, people are confused and they just follow, whoever they saw online that they like, and they run their business based on that without even thinking
Yeah.
about their own business.
And on the other note, people on social media, are they even licensed?
Right.
I feel like our license should give us some credibility.
Correct. Well, but not always.
But I said should.
Right. Well, the problem with that is also because every state is different.
Yes.
This is crazy to me. Like, you have states like Florida where 300 hours or something you become an esthetician.
Yeah, and then I actually was looking it up today. Hawaii is 1,800 hours.
Wow.
And I don't understand that in the industry, how they set standards like that. One state is so low and the other states are so high. And then there's the middle.
Right.
That just almost sets people up for failure almost.
Right, because it begs the question, like, okay, so is the one in Florida actually knowledgeable? Like, do they really know what they're doing with the 300 hours that they went to school?
Well, I actually talked to an esthetician from Florida, and I was kind of picking his brain a little bit about, what they learned, because, here in Kansas we have 1,000 hours, Missouri 750, and I was asking him, and yeah, they actually learn waxing, advanced treatments, Ayurveda, body treatments, all, and I'm like, oh wow, like how do you cram all of that into that amount of time? So it was shocking to me.
300 hours.
Yeah, I mean, 300 hours for us here is barely infection control.
Right.
So on that note, that is a little scary.
It is. Yep. I agree. It is scary. And then you have, then I don't know if like 1,800 also makes any sense. That's a long time to go to school.
Yes.
Like, what do you do? I guess it's all practice at a certain point.
Maybe, yeah.
Because really, what do you teach? Like 1,800 hours is a long time.
That's very long.
Like it's almost double of what we do. So, I mean, that's a long time, really. I mean, practice makes perfect. The more they practice, the better. But still, that would be a really long time to fit with lectures and other things. Also, that just came to mind now that we as instructors teach with the way we teach and carry ourselves work ethics to other students.
Yes.
So if you have an instructor that does not have good work ethics, they're passing that along to their students. So then you have also students that don't have work ethics.
True. Yes.
That just came to mind right now that I was just thinking, because maybe we don't necessarily teach the topic, but by the way we present ourselves and by the way we teach and by the way we carry ourselves, how we conduct the class and everything, we are definitely teaching them something.
Right. And then on that note, is work ethic something that can be taught?
Right. Well, okay, yes, I always thought yes until I moved here. Okay, my husband says that Italians are workaholics and we let everybody step on us just to, work, keep our job and be good at work. And so we were talking about it because something happened and he was like, oh, that would never fly in America. And he's right. There is a difference in how we approach work. I also started thinking that in Italy, our constitution, the first, I guess, call it amendment, article is a better word, our constitution says that Italy is a republic founded on work, basically, the ability to work.
Okay.
So we take working as something that you're really proud of. You show up to work on time, you leave late, You work your ass off because that's part of being a good Italian. Okay. So when I moved here, then again, there's so many cultures here, so many different things that I realized that work ethic across the United States is not the same for everybody.
No.
Not at all. So, for example, I know of people that are religious and their work ethic is based off of their religious teachings.
Okay, yes.
Okay, you know what I mean? Like, because that's how they run their life. Okay, so those are the values and the things that they listen to, and therefore the way they approach work and work ethic follows the same principles, right? Or there are people that are part of a very specific culture, and so their work ethic is reflective of their culture.
Okay.
Their culture may not have anything to do, for example, with the same work ethics of those groups that instead follow their religion. So, you know what I mean? Does it make sense what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Okay, so there are different. Oh, the computer died here. There are different ways. How do you determine work ethics? Then.
I feel like it's taking pride in what you do.
Okay, but then you have. Okay, what's pride though?
Pride is being happy, being prideful, but that's not explaining it very well. Being grateful, liking to show off what you do, liking to tell people what you do. Like, I love to tell people that I'm an esthetician. It hasn't always been like that, but I'm at a point in my career and in my life that I'm happy to tell people what I do. I love to talk about it. I love to do it. I love to, explain what it is and things like that. I feel like that's pride.
Okay, but not for everybody. Pride has the same meaning.
Right.
Right. So if you pair work ethic with having pride for your job, if you change the way that you look at pride, then you have a different work ethic.
But I will tell you, I have worked in jobs to where I still have a good work ethic, but I hated the job. So
right.
That's kind of the opposite of what I just explained.
Okay, because to me, that's exactly what I was trying to say, that to me, work ethic has to do with the individual.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so if you, let's say you read the Bible and abide by the Bible, you're going to approach work ethic based on what the Bible says.
Yes.
Okay, because that's what you believe in, right? If you are from, another culture where they read something else and they have different values attached to work ethic, then their work ethic is going to be different from the one that reads the Bible and use the Bible as guidance. Just, to give an example. Italians, as I was saying, we all have the same work ethic because it's kind of ingrained in us since we were born. Okay, you have to have work ethic. There's no other way around it. People don't ghost others. Businesses don't ghost others like it happens here. Businesses call back. Like there's a whole set of things that we do simply because it's ingrained in us as a culture.
Okay, yeah.
You change the culture, you may have a different approach to work ethic.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
So I've actually heard, I don't know where I heard this, but I've heard the opposite about Americans, that we are addicted to work, that we're workaholics, we don't actually use our vacation time because, that's just perspective, I guess.
You don't have vacation time to use. We do in Europe.
But like last year, I didn't use all my vacation time, so.
Yes, I've heard that before. I absolutely don't agree with that, no.
But I am getting better about it, taking time.
I've heard that before. I know exactly what you're talking about. People are like, oh, in Italy people lead la dolce vita and people enjoy their life. And I'm like, where? Because, so it depends. I guess perspective is right, what you were saying. Italians work typically 8 to 12, 2 to 6 every day. Yes, we have 2 hours lunch. Do I like it? Yes, a lot. I would go home, have time to do my things, you sit down. So I guess that's what Americans think is the dolce vita. But when you look at it, you're busy from 8 to 6 every damn day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. Whether here people work 7 to 3, 6 to 2:30, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 9 to 3:30, you know, so it's the way that the work is distributed,
Yeah.
the working hours, that's different. And yes, we do have paid time off if you work for somebody 4 weeks a year. Yes, if you're pregnant, you're paid to stay at home. What people never say though is that our hospitals suck.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes, because people think, oh, they have everything free. Yeah, why don't you try to walk into an Italian hospital?
Well, yes, I heard the free healthcare is not the way to go. But anyway.
But yes, but we are, I guess, workaholic in the way that we take pride in our work, even if you're, I don't know, just cleaning toilets somewhere.
Right. I mean, I've been a custodian before, so.
You know what I mean? Like, whether here, America feels like people have a job to pay their bills and enjoy life.
I can see that, yeah.
Whether Italians, yes, we have to pay the bills. We work for the pride of working. You know? So, and also, I said this before, but Italy is very small. Like, Italy is smaller than the whole state of Missouri. So you have less people to bring together, you know, you have less people to convince.
Okay.
You know.
To convince.
Yes. You have less people that have to do the same thing, you know, like it's just like this is how we're all done, you know, whether here you say something and there's at least 5 other people that have 5 different opinions.
Right.
You know, you have to negotiate all the different opinions.
True.
Whether Italians are all pretty much the same. And even though, I said this before, but even though not every Italian is a Christian Catholic, we have the Vatican there. So that's just how the Christian Catholic values are predominant in Italy. Even amongst families that are not necessarily religious.
And in America, it's pretty much a mixing pot of cultures.
Exactly.
I mean, you could just walk down the street and see, you know, 3 different cultures.
Exactly.
So
they all bring, when it comes down to work ethic, they all bring their own perception of what work ethic is. That's, wow. I finally explained myself.
So can it be taught? Yes and no?
Yes and no. I
feel like at a young age, if you start at a young age,
yes,
it can, but it can't be something that
yes,
they develop, you know, later in life.
Yes, I agree. It has to do with core values of the person.
Yes.
So either it was taught growing up, you know, or no, it cannot be taught.
So I feel like this generation is, not all of them, but they're a little on the lower end of having work ethic. And that does have to do with technology, social media, things like that, because we get into the doom scrolling and things like that. And there have actually been studies that social media can be addictive. And they're actually starting to go after these companies, which I think is awesome.
Yes. Yes, it's almost like they're detached from reality often. Well, definitely the use of I don't know, I hate social media. Okay? I just said it. I just feel that, you know, it changed everything. So definitely, unless the young person, you know, is raised in a family that values work ethic, or that tries to teach it to them, you know, since a young age, they're not gonna have it. There's nothing online that teaches anything about work ethic. All they teach you is how to make the highest amount of money in the shortest amount of time, and using the most minimal effort you can.
Right, so, I'm still trying to learn.
Right, we're still trying to figure it out, you know, because it seems like everything online seems like it's right there and you just can go and grab it.
Yeah.
But in reality, that's not how it works, you know. Even like when they show people that make, you know, all these thousands of monies, but then when you go and look back at their story, well, they've been on the social space for like 5, 7, 8, 10 years.
Yeah.
Even though they're like, oh, buy my course so you can make 6 figures in, you know, 60 days or whatever. But then when you go and look back at their own career, well, it took them years getting where they're at. So either because, you know, they worked hard for it, or because they had a specific talent in something, you know, or because they really wanted, for whatever reason. But everything takes time. And I think since we are in the service industry, that work ethic is extremely important. We should always be in the makeup chair or the treatment room, you know, on time before our clients.
Yes.
You know, the clients should always show up to a ready room.
100%.
Always. Everything should always be clean and sanitized ahead of time. Okay, right.
You never want to be walking in the same time as your client.
Right, but and some people, especially like I've heard this from people who work for somebody, in a spa or something, they're like, well, but I clock in at 9. Okay, well, don't you take pride in what you do? You
Right.
can go there at 8:45, so you can, because they're like, well, the client is at 9. Yeah, exactly. That's why you should be there earlier, But somehow, somewhere, they were taught that, if you don't pay me, I'm not doing it, because they don't take
Right.
pride in what they're doing. It's more so about just the money. And this is a service industry. How are you gonna service all these women if the only person you think about is you?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not how it works. We are in the service industry to service others.
So you really should be early to your appointments.
Always be ready to receive your clients.
Yes. Get your towels ready, get your service set up.
Yes, even though that makes me think. I see a lot of TikTok videos. It's mostly like hairdressers and when they have their own suite or whatever, and they walk in with the client. And
that
I'm
drives
just like
me nuts.
And I'm just like, what? And listen, it can happen for sure that one day you're late, running behind. That's a different story. I'm talking about people who approach work that way.
Yeah.
Like some people think it's normal that they have an appointment at 2 and they come and open the door at 2 and the client is waiting there. Once it can happen for sure, but that's not how you should be running your business. We're servicing people.
Right.
Like I would not want to walk, I go there somewhere to get an appointment done and the lady's walking in with me. I'll be like, what?
Right.
And then with us, have everything ready because you don't want to waste time. Clean and ready. That's very important.
Yes.
Makeup chairs, makeup stations, treatment room, whatever it is that you use. That's another one of work ethic. But often, people are just like, well, I don't get paid until 9 o'clock, so I'm not going to do
Right.
anything until 9 o'clock. But what they don't understand is that having work ethic is going to benefit them in the long term. That's the only thing. The only person that's going to benefit from having work ethic is the worker themselves.
Yes.
Because people are going to remember you. They're going to remember what you did for them. They're going to remember the service you gave them, how
Yeah.
much care you put into it.
So it could also help you retain clients.
Yes, it would,
Because,
yes.
if your clients come in every single appointment and you're ready for them, you're set up, you're not missing anything, you're not having to run out of the room, they're going to remember that.
Exactly. Yes, because you're giving a different type of service.
Yeah, and that's
So-
how you build trust too.
That's how you build trust. Yes, absolutely.
And for you, if you're, set up and ready to go for the makeup trial or, photo shoot, and you're not having to dig in your bag for everything's already out, then
It's a much quicker process.
Yeah.
And it's more organized. It just looks better. Just having work ethics, it's extremely important, you guys. We service people.
Right.
So we should absolutely have, and the ethic can come from whatever culture, whatever you dip into to find your values and your ethics, but you should have some, like everybody should have some.
All right. I think that concludes work ethic for right now, at least. I'm sure there's some things we'll come up with.
Yes, and do you guys have work ethics? Do you know what work ethics is? Leave it in the comment. We'd love to hear your opinion.
Yes.
And also, what do they need to do, Megan? Always.
Follow us on social.
And then.
Subscribe.
And then.
Hit the bell thing.
Yes. And then like the video, please.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And also go find us on Spotify.
Yes.
It's the same name, so you will find us under the same exit name, Makeup Meets Skin.
Where art and science meet beauty.
Beauty. So go find us on Spotify too, you guys. Leave comments. You're gonna find our social media link in the description of this video as usual. Don't forget, we both have Instagram and we both have a website, so you can find us over there. And this is first episode of season 2.
Yeah, and season 2 is jam-packed with guest speakers.
Guest speakers.
So stay tuned for that.
We have guest speakers coming up on season 2. I'm so excited, you guys. So you definitely want to hit the bell down there so you get notified of our videos. We also did a little bit of a new setup besides the microphone today. So let us know, you guys, if you like this better, if the light is better. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, we are open to suggestions.
Yes.
I think that overall we are improving, so we're going to keep going, you guys. But thank you so much for watching us. See you in the next episode.
All right. Bye.
Bye.